you're able, our gathering song with the fabulous Sierra Lynn. Your part is easy. You're gonna sing one note, and I'm sure that somebody's gonna put something up there on the monitor any minute now. Your part is going to be lay my burden down. Okay, you ready?
Why does sorrow choke me like a weed? All around me is everything I need, all I need. All I need. All I need. All I need. I am lost, but I used to found. Place my feet back on the solid ground, on that ground, on that ground,
Here we go.
on that ground, on that ground.
As I
Lay my burden down.
yeah, as I
Lay my burden down. Lay my burden down. Lay my burden down. Lord, I know you have a master plan. Won't you show me everything I am, all I am? All I am. All I am. All I am. As I lay my burden down. Lay my burden down. Lay my burden down. Lay my burden down.
Good morning. Welcome to the Mount Diablo Unitarian Universalist Church. I'm the Reverend Leslie Takahashi, and my pronouns are she and her. For those of you visiting us this morning, welcome. We're so glad you've chosen to share part of this morning with us, either here in the sanctuary in the Borton Hall, if you want a little more space on this chilly morning, or on our live stream. So we're welcome back if you're here after an absence. We're really glad to see you, and I know we've had a few folks to say welcome back to this morning. For those of you online, we invite you to join our virtual coffee hour, which will be held for 15 minutes after the service, so that you can say hello. And if you're visiting, we hope on campus, we hope you'll sign a visitor's card either in the hall afterward or online later. For those of you who are ready to make the commitments of membership, we'll have an opportunity to sign the book, the first service in January. If you are in need of a listening ear today, our pastoral listeners are on campus. You will see them near the water column during the offertory, and that's how you can identify them and say you'd like to have a moment to talk after the service. Today, I hope that you will join Scott Schrader and I and others to go caroling at La Casa de Villa. We'll meet in the parking lot at 12:45 today and bring some cheer to our neighbors who are recovering right now. Next week, we hope you'll join us for our solstice service, which will be held on Wednesday. Our morning service, we'll have a morning service a week from today, and then also 2 evening Christmas Eve services. So we hope we'll get to see you again in this week, and welcome to this beloved community.
Good morning. I just want to say, yay, band. Woo! Pretty exciting. Woo. I'm Janice Davis, a member of your Board of Trustees, and I use the pronouns she, her, and hers. Welcome to our service. Mount Diablo Unitarian Universalist Church is a welcoming faith community. We begin our services by reading our mission together. We bring to life our Unitarian Universalist values as we seek truth and work for justice, nurture compassion and courage, reach out to each other and to our larger community of faith, bridge the divisions that wound the human family, transform ourselves and our world. With many communicable diseases are around right now, our expectation is that those who are on campus are feeling well. Please look for a special message from Board Treasurer Sharon Solstice, and thanks for considering MDUUC in your end-of-year giving. Welcome. It's good to be together.
Good morning, everyone. Great. It's really good to be together, and so I'm going to ask you to rise in body and spirit and turn to your neighbor and greet them. And today's service is all about time and being in the present moment. So tell someone you're happy that they're here right now.
With that.
Good morning again. So, as is our congregational practice, we set aside one Sunday every month to collect a monetary donation to a very worthy partner in our community and in our midst. Today, I'm happy to announce that today's Share the Plate will be distributed to Shelter Inc., a wonderful, did someone woo? Yes! They are an excellent organization helping those who are unhoused in our county, and they've been doing so for 36 years. And they have a lot of really, really great programming going on. They believe, like so many others of our housing partners out there, that housing is a human right. And by integrating their own case management, they help participants address, hopefully, the root causes of what has led them to become unhoused or is putting them in jeopardy of becoming unhoused. Their services include things like eviction prevention and multiple housing solutions, including interim and long-term housing placement. So this morning, to financially assist them in their mission, you may do so at any time online using the Donate Now button and specifying Shelter Inc. in the comment line, or if submitting a check, please put Share the Plate, Shelter Inc. in the memo line. And lastly, if you're physically present with us here today and prefer not to use the Donate Now, which you can use even in the comfort of your seat in the sanctuary, you may drop some cash donation into an offertory envelope and write Share the Plate, Shelter Inc. on the front. And thank you all so very much for not only your support monetarily of this organization, but also in this organization through the Gift Tree program, which is in Borton Hall after service today. And while everyone has been so generous and we are doing really well collecting gifts for unhoused folk in our communities, there are still about 10 that are needing placement, and Shelter Inc. is one of the organizations that benefits from that program. So please feel free to stop by in Borton Hall after the service and pick up a gift tag if that speaks to your heart. So thank you again for your generosity and support of our valuable community partner.
Need to be a little more present. Hi, my name's Phoenix, he, they pronouns. As Gautama Buddha once said, the secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, nor to worry about the future, but to live in the present moment wisely and earnestly.
On this third Sunday of Advent, we are lighting the third candle today for joy. Joy, which in this world of much strife and sorrow, we can hold alongside all of the truths of our world as a beacon towards promise and possibility for the future.
I'd like to invite those who are young and young at heart to come forward for a time for all ages. That includes you at the fidget table, friends. So come on down.
We have things you can fidget here on. Don't worry. So as you make your way up, today, Marina and I are going to need everybody's help. Those people online, in the room, and all of you who are in the front here. We've started to build a little Jenga tower. Has anyone played Jenga before? I don't know if we're supposed to say the actual name. Sorry.
Building block game.
Building block game.
It's copywritten. We didn't get licensing to say the word Jenga. Thank you, Rodney.
Don't put that on YouTube. But today we're going to use this game to think about a memory. A memory is something in our past, a thought or something that has happened in our past, but it's something in the past.
I want to invite all of us in the room and online to think about that memory from your past. And I would love to see on your faces or in your body, can you show us how that memory made you feel? Ooh, I see some smiling faces. I see some frowns. I see some furrowed eyebrows. I see some relaxed stares. Now, let us take that feeling, and for those of you who are up here, will you grab a block? And we can pass some back to the people around us, because we're going to want to use all of these blocks. If you want to grab a couple blocks, that's okay too. Using our imaginations, let's put that feeling into the block. Those in the room and those who are online, you can zap those feelings into these blocks that are up here. Now, I need all of your help to put those blocks onto our tower of memories. Rodney helped start our tower, so let's carefully add our blocks. You can come up and add your blocks, and you can help others add their blocks. Nice job.
I still see some other blocks, so I need your help. Someone may have zapped their memory in here. Awesome, thank y'all. So memories are very powerful, and they often drive our feelings and actions even in the present moment. So if we don't find ways for us to review our memories, maybe learn from them, and then let them go, we run the risk of clinging to them. And that has the ability or possibility of creating some harm in our present lives. But just like this tower of memories, we can sometimes find ourselves holding on to those memories maybe a little tightly, and that's okay. That's how human nature works. But like I said before, they have the potential of influencing our current, present behaviors. And so, being very gentle with ourselves, sometimes those past memories are so strong that we cannot find a way to let them go. So we need a way to honor those memories, but to make sure that they're not essentially controlling us.
All right, I need your help again. I'm going to invite those who feel comfortable in this space to place a hand on the shoulder of the person next to you, but ask them if that's okay. Now, the people who are down here, I would love some help making a nice big U shape, because we want to be able to connect to the congregation. So can we make a nice big U shape? You guys can stand up. And now, if you don't want to touch your neighbor, you can just lift your hands toward the tower. But I'm going to need all of you to come help. We have a big, does anybody know how Jenga works? Oops, sorry, I said the word again. I need you all to stand up. You're going to help me do something pretty cool with our Jenga tower. I said it again. All right. So those joining online, you can lift your hands as well toward the screen. We need lots of community support, because we are going to push our tower of memories as a symbol. We're going to push it over as a symbol that we don't want to let them control us, but we do want to hold them gently. Okay? So can I have our U shape. Can you guys come all the way up here so that I can have hands on my shoulders? And will you help connect us to our group down here? And then can we make sure that we're touching our congregation? Okay, now, I want everybody to say 1, 2, 3, topple with me, okay? Yeah, and can you guys open up our pathway? Because I don't actually want to topple our stuff onto our people. Yeah? So Eric and Will and Peyton, will you scooch over, open up our U shape so everybody can see? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Topple.
Oh, yeah.
And now, as Laura Zucker invites us all to sing a song together, I'm going to ask for help from the youth and the kids to pick up our memory pieces. Be gentle. These are things we're still holding gently, even though we're reminding ourselves to let them go, if possible. And then, as you make your way out to your classes, help Marina put the the wooden block pieces back into the bag. All right, and thank you for your help.
Well, when they get ready to go, we're going to sing the children out with a different song this time by the fabulous Leah Morris. It's called Heart Wide Open, and it goes like this. I think I know how it goes. I'm gonna keep my heart.
I'm gonna keep
wide open.
I'm gonna keep my heart wide open.
Though
the waves
try to push me around.
though the waves wanna push me around.
I'm gonna keep my heart.
I'm gonna keep
wide open.
I'm gonna keep my heart wide open
Till my faith brings
me back
to solid ground.
till my faith brings me back to solid ground.
Gonna keep
I'm gonna keep
wide
I'm gonna keep my heart wide open.
Though
the waves
try to
want to push
me around.
though the waves want to push
Don't
me
you know
around.
I'm gonna keep
I'm gonna keep
my heart
my heart
wide
gonna keep my heart wide open
till my faith
till my faith
brings me back
to
solid ground.
brings me back to solid ground.
Good morning. My name is Leslie Polgar, and my pronouns are he and him. Oh boy, it's just too busy. Excuse me, I need to check my calendar. Oh boy. Okay, I got it. We just finished Hanukkah 2 nights ago. Kwanzaa begins in 9 days. Right now, we're in the 3rd week of Advent, according to my iPhone. At first glance, it may seem strange that our service today would draw on Buddhism for its inspiration. But first glances can be deceptive, because Buddhist tradition is truly apt, pertinent for us right now. So please stay with me and with Reverend Rodney. Back to Advent. At this time of year, I always think of Bethlehem. Geographically, Jesus' Bethlehem is in the West Bank, just 5 miles south of Jerusalem. Joseph and a very pregnant Mary went there to be registered or taxed in the poetry of the Gospel Luke. Nazareth, Mary and Joseph's actual home, was about 90 miles north of Bethlehem. It was 4 to 5 days travel by donkey. That hasn't changed in 2 millennia. Now that 4 to 5 days travel resonates for me. 4 to 5 days. According to Google, the drive between our previous home in New Jersey and our present home here in Lafayette is 2,800 miles and takes, guess what, 42 hours, which is about 4 to 5 days driving time. It's a long journey across the USA. Sue and I have driven it 9 times, although not very recently. And we learned a great deal that shaped our thinking as we crossed both red states and blue states. But I'll save that story for another time. Whatever the geographic separation between Nazareth and Bethlehem, it is dwarfed by the time separation of who ruled Bethlehem. In the 1400 years before Jesus' birth, Bethlehem was ruled by at least 13 empires, kingdoms, or tribes. Even if you like lists, I suggest you hold on to your hat just now. Egyptians, early Israelites, Philistines, Israel, Judah, Assyrians, Babylonians, Persians, Hellenes, Ptolemies, Seleucids. Those are the folks whom the Maccabees rebelled against, which is what gave us the Hanukkah celebration. And then they were followed by the Hasmoneans and the Romans. The Romans. Okay, we've finally arrived, at least in time, at that first Christmas day. Over 600 years later, the first caliphate, founded by Muhammad, conquered Palestine, and that was 636 AD. That was followed by another long list. Get ready. Umayyad Caliphate, the Abbasid Caliphate, the Fatimid Caliphate. Then came Seljuks, Christian Crusaders, Ayyubid Dynasty, the Mamluk Sultanate, and in 1516, the Ottomans. I hope you get the idea by now. Wash, rinse, repeat. Enough of mind-numbing lists of the sorry past. Let us come into the present. In August, I spoke from this pulpit about the importance of the journey to us Unitarian Universalists, rather than the destination, the place. A journey takes us to the present from the past, and it is envisioning a journey to a better future that can sustain us. Once we embark on a journey, we introduce the dimension of time. We add time to the 3 spatial dimensions and call it the 4th dimension. And now all kinds of interesting things can happen. An example. Many of us are familiar with Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken. It begins, 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood. But the roads diverge only if we run the video forward, so to speak, in one direction. If we reverse the video, we'd be traveling in the opposite direction and the 2 roads would converge. So does time run forward or backward? And how do we even know the difference? Our Buddhist teachings provide a way to be at peace with such questions. But to achieve the requisite stillness of that peace, it asks us to be mindful and embrace the power of staying in the now, as opposed to getting bogged down in the past's mind-numbing lists on the one hand, or in our anticipation of the future on the other. As a Jewish Unitarian, untrained in Buddhism, but as a physicist, very much trained in the concept of time, my way of thinking about all this comes from William Blake. To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. In that spirit, I call us to worship this morning.
Now is the time in our service where we come together to bear witness to all of those joys and sorrows that are too great for any one of us to hold alone. So if you have written in our book of joys and sorrows, or you've emailed them in and you're present in the room, please come forward to light your candle as I read your entry. This morning, Mark Chase is requesting a candle of sorrow be lit for his cousin Karen, who passed away this week after a long battle with cancer. Karen was larger than life as a character who I got into many adventures with over the years. She was a wonderfully funny and witty person whose love and acceptance were very important to me when I was young. I am glad she is at peace. I will miss her presence greatly, especially at the outcast table at family gatherings. Maria Hunt is lighting a candle of joy that her son Ethan is home from another week in the hospital and hopes that the doctors will be able to figure out how to help him. Mariana Tudman is lighting a candle of concern for Americans with family or friends in Gaza, hearing or waiting on word of loved ones. This Thursday, a Facebook friend, Ahmad Al-Khatib, a San Franciscan originally from Gaza, reported, quote, "My mom's family's house was leveled. 50 were inside, aunts, uncles, and dozens dead." He also posted on other deaths and narrow escapes, and has also lifted up his great gratitude for the release of Israeli hostages. She asks a second candle to be lit for the Christian families in Bethlehem this week and the holiday season, suffering from unemployment and loss of income due to shutdown of tourism, loss of work permits, and severe restrictions on movement. Laura Zucker is lighting a celebratory rebirth day for one of her most favorite people in the world, almost lost by suicide. We ask for a candle of joy to be lit by Leslie for the Jane Russell and the Caring Committee. They want to remind us that they are celebrating this month Emily Eames, who just turned 90 years young this month, and Bill Phelan, who just turned 94 this month. So we are all wishing them the happiest of birthdays. And now I'm asking for 2 final candles to be lit. The first representing all the joys and sorrows that we hold in our heart unspoken. And the second, a reminder of this beautiful and imperfect world, that we are the justice makers in it.
Oh, I guess it is me. I'm going to ask that we sit for this next song and use whatever meditative properties you may find in it. Sometimes the wind of change will clatter up above your head as it rattles through the trees, and sometimes the wind of change will come upon you unprepared and leave you weak in the knees. The wind of change will want to go to somewhere you don't know.
So this is a season where many of our religious traditions ask us to reflect on the concept of hope. And I have a quote here from author Rebecca Solnit, where she says, "Hope is the story of uncertainty, of coming to terms with the risk involved in not knowing what comes next, which is more demanding than despair, and in a way, much more frightening. This is the kind of hope, far more demanding than despair."
And today, we want to offer a frame of hope that is grounded in reality while visioning something so promising for our future that we as a people are willing to wait on it and move towards it. Though in this time despair, disengagement, and cynicism may feel more comfortable to some of us, we can still take the risk of embracing the fierce hope in and for the future. As Solnit says, hope is a gift you don't have to surrender, a power you don't have to throw away. And though hope can be an act of defiance, defiance isn't enough reason to hope. There are good reasons.
So when you arrived today, I hope that you were invited to take a gift tag, a small ribbon, and a marker. And if not, just please raise your hand, and I think we have wonderful ushers who will come around and give you one if you don't have that. And we're going to use that in a moment. There also may not be enough markers, so please share with your neighbor if possible. And once you have your items in hand, I'm going to invite you to take that marker and just take a brief moment, if you will, and think about a seed of hope that you have for your future or the future. And then when you've got that in your mind's eye, go ahead and write that word or phrase or draw that picture on that gift tag ornament. Once you have that tag created, as Laura plays the musical offering for us, we'll invite those of you who are ready to come forward and hang your ornament on our collective tree in the sanctuary. And if you need more time, that's fine. We have part of our service where people normally light candles and drop stones during the offertory, and you can feel free to bring your ornament up at that time and hang it from the tree as well. So as we listen to the music, let's engage in this ritual of the future.
Turned off my TV, threw my paper away. There's no good news today. Another fire, another flood, another global power play. My blue skies are turning gray. I find myself so weary with no solution near me. The world is crying. Where's the upside? It's in the sweep of a steeple spire. It's in the breath of a gospel choir. It's in the miracle of cells dividing. In the way we want to put an end to fighting. It's in this heart beating in my chest. I just want to say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Seems like everyone is running a morning waiting to be broken, in a kind word waiting to be spoken, in a chance so near you can taste it, in the shimmer of a reachable oasis. It's in this heart beating in my chest. I just want to say yes, say yes, say yes. Our wounded world can be healed. We look for where the yes is revealed. Our wounded world can be healed if we look for where that yes is revealed. It's in the flight of a flock that's turning, in desire that keeps on burning, in the rushing river's flow. It's in the bud that breaks through the snow. It's in this heart beating in our chests. And if you want to say yes, say yes, say yes with me. Come on, say yes. Yes, yes. I just want to say it. Don't you wanna, don't you wanna? I know you wanna say yes. Take another solo because it's not Can't you feel that yes? Running through our veins, it's yes, yes, yes. Know you wanna say yes. You wanna say yes. Last one.
Good morning. We're continuously blessed with the artistry and the gift of music from Laura Zucker, Brett, and our house band. That's a gift. I'm Mark Chase. My pronouns are he and him. I'm a member of your board of trustees. The author Glennon Doyle writes, I am a human being, meant to be in perpetual becoming. My goal is not to remain the same, but to live in such a way that each day, year, moment, relationship, conversation, and crisis is the material I use to become a truer, more beautiful version of myself. When one thinks of this church and this community, it's evident that Mount Diablo helps us all to become truer, more beautiful versions of ourselves. From the wonderful Sunday services to the varied programming, adult and youth religious education, community circles, groups like Elder Journey, social events, and more all help us to grow, expand, and enrich our lives. By donating, your contributions enable this church to bring to life our Unitarian Universalist values week over week, month over month, year over year. They also ensure that this church will remain a beacon of hope and light to all that are drawn here. If you are online, you may go to our website, mduuc.org, and click on the yellow Give Now button at the top left corner of your screen. I invite the ushers to come forth to gratefully accept your offerings. Please join me in the dedication of our offering. The words are found on the screen. To the work of this community in transforming ourselves and our world, we dedicate ourselves and our offerings.
So when the past and the future pull you away from yourself, stress you out, leave you in fear, bring you close to despair, what do you do?
I try to take a moment of space to connect to my heart and to my deepest values. I breathe slowly, feel my body, feel the sense of solidity, being a solid body in this world. And I let myself return to being with the present. What do you do?
Well, I try to take another moment. I find something in my surroundings that catches my eye. Maybe it's a loved one, a stranger, a picture, a cloud. And I connect to that image, really connect. And then I let it remind me that I'm safe in this moment. And I breathe slowly as well. I look deeply at it, and then I let myself return to being with the present. What do you do?
I try to return to the sounds of this moment. I listen to the present. I listen to you or who is in front of me. In the present, I discover the real art of listening. Right now, I hear the rain. It's beautiful. I try to be with what's coming up, and I try my best to give my undivided attention. And I try really hard to cherish what is here now, and to hear the sounds and to cherish the sounds of the many voices of the earth. What do you do?
Well, sometimes if feeling or looking around or listening deeply are not in my grasp, I notice just the taste that is present in my mouth. Maybe I just ate a piece of gum or enjoyed a meal with a loved one. Maybe it's just the taste of my empty mouth. And I notice it, and I let it remind me that ultimately I am a good person in this moment. And once again, I breathe slowly, I take another taste, and I let myself return to being with the present. What do you do?
I take a moment to breathe, to inhale fresh air and exhale what my body has filtered. With that, I connect to the present. I connect by smelling the freshness of the air, smelling what is around me in the moment. And the moment feels new, this sweet now. I let the air connect me to all, a bath of interdependence in each inhale and exhale. And that helps to remind me that I am with the present. Helps bring me close to my heart. And I can turn to the things here with me with appreciation and love. What do you do?
With the present, I find sustainable meaning in consistently responding to what is here, now, what is in front of me, with love and with care.
With the present, I can meet the world in you and in myself and in the relationship between us, and it is new each moment, and it cherishes all.
So what do
You do.
I'm going to ask you all to rise in body and spirit as we do our closing song. We're going to start with the chorus, which is your part. Get you used to it.
Trouble in this land. I see sorrow and trouble in this land. Although there will be struggle, we'll make the change we can. If not now, if not now, tell me when. If not now, of heart for this to mend. It will take a change of heart for this to mend. But miracles do happen every shining now and then. If not now, if not now, tell me when. If not now, tell me when. If not now, tell me when. But miracles do happen every shining now and then. If not now, if not now, tell me when. If not now, if not now, tell me when.
As the flame of our chalice goes out, may these words from theologian Dietrich Bonhoeffer kindle a love and light within our hearts as we leave this place. By nature, optimism is not a view of the present situation, but a living power, the power of hope where others are resigned, the power to hold one's head high when everything seems to be going wrong, the power to bear setbacks. The power never leaves the future to the adversary, but lays claim on it to oneself.